Swaddle this child.
No, I'm King Herod.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
That's the bad guy, right?
Yeah, I'm the bad guy.
Fucking.
I'm the one
if
who.
the foo shit.
I'm the one who told Jesus, peace out. Here's your purple robe. Yeah, bye bye.
Swaddle this child.
So yeah, no, it's
live from the meat locker. We're ready to go here.
Have you guys seen Four Christmases?
oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Great.
Swaddle this child.
Yeah.
Vince, is that Vince Vaughn?
Vince Vaughn, yeah.
God.
No, that's on the Mount Rushmore of Christmas.
I'm gonna do it
of
too.
Christmas movies you need to watch over this period of time. So
Yeah, Claire's been asking me like what she calls them classic Christmas movies. I'm like, I don't. There's so many.
What's
Four
the
Christmases, Home Alone,
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation.
Which she calls mid, which I feel like I need to disown her.
one? Wait, why did
totally.
she call it?
Christmas Vacation, she says, is mid.
What's
she's
mid?
so wrong.
Like not as cool as we say it is.
No, it is.
But it's
What?
Yeah, right. You
Die
can disown her
Hard.
too.
Die Hard's the other one.
Die Hard, Batman Returns.
Oh yeah.
No.
What's the one that is it Love Actually?
That's a Thanksgiving, isn't it?
No, that's Christmas, I believe.
I don't know.
What was the other one? Christmas Story.
I'm pretty sure our family always watched Love Actually.
Well, you didn't say
on
Christmas Story. Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story, Home Alone, Four Christmases.
Yeah.
That's the Mount Rushmore. Have you
Well,
seen?
you still have to go back to like It's a Wonderful Life,
Uh-huh,
obviously. So you've got that's got to have its own place there too. Miracle on 34th Street. the old
Boron.
ones. Stop it. Those are incredible. It's a
Santa
Wonderful
Claus
Life.
versus the Martians.
Santa Claus.
Bad Santa 2, not 1 but 2.
Santa Claus.
Why?
Santa Claus versus the Martians.
Why
That is
2?
one of the- who
Christina
knows?
Hendricks. That's why 2.
It was one of the worst
That's-
movies ever made. It's
What's the
incredible.
one with the moms? Like, is it Mila Kunis who they do?
Bad
like,
Moms.
Bad
That
Moms
was a really
Christmas
good
or
one.
whatever. That's hilarious.
Bad Santa 2 is better than Bad Santa 1 solely because of Christina Hendricks.
Love Actually is one of the biggest Christmas movies.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
It follows the lives
yeah.
of 8 very different couples dealing with their love lives during the holiday season.
Okay.
Really?
I don't know if I've ever
The
seen
Big
it.
Chill is a Thanksgiving movie. Not
Have
a
you ever
Christmas
seen
movie.
The Family Stone?
Sly and the Family Stone?
No, it's just Family Stone. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It is a tearjerker, but it's a good one. Yeah. But we always have a Christmas movie running in our house, and
Like all the time?
well, in the evenings, we're really big on doing nothing and watching.
Home
Christmas
Alone is
movies.
probably the big one in our house. That's the one
Yeah.
that we make sure we are all there and sitting there watching, and then Christmas Vacation. And Christmas Story is something that it's my mom and dad
I
really
hate it.
would show it. My
Me
mom
too. I'm like,
hated it.
boron.
No, I think
Christmas
it's-
Story's great.
You know why I hate it? The noises. Bark, bark, bark. Like there's so many, it overwhelms me. Like it gives me anxiety. There's always the kid crying in Christmas Story. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
And then the dogs, the Bumpus's dogs, and then the screaming and it's just insane. Now you will not be able to watch it without being
No,
overwhelmed.
the noises are all through
It's
it. Yeah,
insane.
it's though. But the dad is just Gavin. Help me, I just went blank. Randy.
McGavin.
Darren McGavin. Darren McGavin is the dad.
That's a
It's
good
just
name.
Priceless.
Yeah.
He's just he's so good.
Sons of bitchin', Bumpuses.
Bumpuses. Okay, so speaking of, so let's tie it to today.
Noises?
No, well, obviously there's noise, but I want to talk about the inflation because I just saw this fun fact. Home Alone, okay, when Kevin goes into the store, the little general store to
Oh,
get the
yeah.
toothbrush and stuff, I think it was like $14 or $19. Today, with inflation, it's like 250% more than it was when was that movie filmed? 1990,
Yeah,
1989,
early 90s.
1992,
Right
somewhere
around
in there.
90, yeah.
Yeah, 250%. We got to put a stop to this, guys. I don't know how, but we gotta. We also have to put a stop to the noise.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the noise.
Okay, so the noise that I was referring to was that of the upcoming 8th Judicial Circuit Court Judge race. Bam, I got it.
Nice work.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that was.
When is that
was
election,
good.
Brittany? When is that primary, Brittany?
I don't know, Bob. When is it?
It is March 17th.
That's what she was gonna say.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
You just
That's
didn't
the
give her
Republican
time.
primary. It's actually all the primaries.
Okay.
Because
there-
in this district, we will have other races because there are 4 Democrats who are running against Mary Miller in the congressional race. So we'll have that on the Democrat side. We'll have the judges' primary on the Republican side for the St. Patrick's Day primary.
So
Okay.
how many actual places do we get to vote?
Well, it depends on which ballot you pull.
Okay.
I don't vote in primaries anymore, so I won't be pulling any ballots. But
I don't know what you're talking about, guys. I'm definitely not political. Okay, but I do want to hear
So
about.
you have to pull, I guess,
You have to declare whether you're going to vote. You want a Republican ballot or a Democrat ballot.
or
If-
independent.
No.
There's no independent, not in a primary.
Okay, well then I won't be voting
So,
primary either.
so if you want to vote in this judge's race, you have to pull a Republican primary ballot. If you want to vote for one of the Democrats who would run against Congresswoman Mary Miller, you would have to ask for a Democrat ballot. And Adams County is roughly 75-80% Republican. So most people will get Republican ballots. Most people will vote in this race.
So technically, I have to decide with my partisanship, do I want to vote for judge or do I want to vote for state rep?
Well, the thing is, though, when November rolls around, you'll be voting anyway. You'll be voting for the final. I would, if I would want to care about.
Wouldn't it be nice to have them all on one ballot and be like, I'm an independent, can I just see all the
That's
candidates?
what November's for.
Okay.
We have primaries to get to November.
I
If you-
guess.
Yeah, but if you
on
don't
a
make it
local-
past the primary, then I don't get to vote for who I
Well,
want
if
to
you
vote for
if you
anyway.
want to really vote for somebody, then grab the ballot and say, I want to vote for this guy or this gal.
But
in
I
the primary.
still have to vote or pick
You have to
what
declare
I'm
a
voting
party.
for.
Yes. That's why I don't vote in
Something
primaries
seems
anymore.
fishy.
Oh my
Anyway,
God,
okay.
it's only the way it's been since
I know.
for 250 years.
Which is probably why I hate it, because it's old and stale and doesn't fit my
Super
my way of life.
Super boron.
Anywho, yeah, morons. Morons, stupid morons, that's what I say. Anyway, so did you watch this panel with the
I did.
judges, with the
A
Yes,
little
I
bit,
did.
yes.
Okay.
Michelle
Because
did a
we had the
wonderful job.
entire thing on there, and no, I didn't tune in for the full hour. I did get the little clips and pieces. One of
Sure.
those little clips and pieces came from a letter to the editor that was submitted to us yesterday. As you're viewing this, it came from Andrew Schnock. He is a lawyer here in town. He was voicing his, I guess, not only his defense to what the candidate Tim Bass said about Casey Schnock, his daughter, but also his support for Judge Pratt in that. He decided to make it very clear that during that debate, Tim Bass called out Casey Schnock saying, hey, you have a Judge Pratt sign in your yard, meaning like the yard of their law offices.
You're endorsing.
Yeah, you're endorsing. He wanted to say, first and foremost, it wasn't Casey, it was me. So get your facts straight. And then he pointed out that Rober and Phillips has the same sign in their yard and said, well, why didn't we point this out? Is it because possibly Todd Eiler's daughter is employed there?
Let's also
Which kind of
point
muddies.
out that Tim Bass works for Todd Eiler in the state's attorney's office.
I did not realize that at all.
Yeah, we learn something new every day.
Yes, he is an assistant state's attorney, and Todd Eiler, our state's attorney, is supporting the man in his office who is running for this position,
Which, I mean,
Seems logical.
yes.
which he can do.
Yeah.
It's
At
full
the
right to do.
same
and
time, that kind of still muddies the waters
but
even
you also
more.
it is, but you also can put a sign of anybody's yard that you want. That's fine. But also, you've also got. In our community, the way it's set up, you have these attorneys who end up running for judge or getting appointed to be judge. And a lot of times they are former state's attorneys. For example, Josh Jones, a
Yeah.
former assistant state's attorney, is now a judge. So there are certain cases he can't hear because they were in the state's attorney's office while he was serving there.
Conflict of interest.
Yes.
Yes.
So those get parceled out, and you have to sort that sort of stuff out. Same thing when Chris Pratt was public defender. There were certain cases he couldn't hear because he was in the public defender's office. So, but once those cases sort of all cycle through, then
Pretty
they can
clear.
pretty much preside over whatever.
So conflict of interest is a thing in the judicial system, just not in the election part
Not
of
on the
it.
endorsement
Well,
side,
I mean,
maybe.
you know, anybody can endorse anybody they want. And again, you've got the guy who's working for the current state's attorney who wants to be a judge. So then you would look at it and people would say, though, there's a conflict of interest because, okay, well, if Todd Eiler's going to support Tim Bass supports him, then when he's a judge and Eiler's presenting before
You scratch
him.
my back, I scratch yours.
And again, I don't think I would hope that's not the way it is, because there was somebody on Facebook who said, well, because Drew Schnock said he was going to support Chris Pratt, he shouldn't get to go in front of Chris Pratt's court, which is dumb because in Drew's letter he clearly said, I'm about 50-50, maybe lost a few more cases than I won in front of Judge Pratt.
Well, I would hope that judges would have more kind of wherewithal than just who's
That's
putting
kind of
signs
the plan.
in their yard.
That's the way it should
I
be,
do
yes.
see that it could be a sticky mess.
Yeah,
So I
we're
see
all
both sides.
human. Like, to the
Yeah.
point, like you're gonna remember, I think, as a
who showed you
person,
some support.
if you have somebody in front of you that is clearly running or showing somebody, endorsing somebody against you,
possible.
it's good. It's real. You're human. It's just.
It seems a little.
I don't believe that, you become like the son of God when you become a judge and you think that you can just.
You get a
No,
sentence
judges
and
actually
you get a
believe they're
sentence.
God. They don't believe they're the
I
Son
know.
of God.
I know.
Sorry, Tad. Sorry, Josh. Sorry, all you guys.
But you get what I'm
I
saying?
hope you never have to stand in front of them.
I know,
Woo!
that's what I'm thinking right now. I'm like, God dang it. Like, I
No,
love
you can't
Todd
be-
Eiler,
You can't be. You
his
cannot
family.
be concerned about any retribution because
But I am.
what our hope
I am, because
is
they're
that they
listening,
do not
Ashley.
have that. They don't have that bone in their body. But I do see the concern.
Yeah, so I'm still
Yeah.
concerned, but I'm still going to say it anyway and
Well,
just
here's what I'm going to do.
question.
I'm just putting all your signs in my yard and may the best man win.
There
And
you go.
that's how we should do it.
Yes,
Right?
but
Yeah.
okay, just bringing up, is there a conflict of interest when it comes to lawyers? Then I guess endorsing judges.
Again, I feel like it's
Well,
it's
go back.
human nature, but we can't. If there's no law against it, which I don't know that there is, then
No.
we can't really.
But
hold
remember,
anybody-
okay, Drew wrote this letter. Let's all go back to the whole deal with the kid and Cammie Vaughn and the whole thing that got Judge Adrian eventually removed from the bench.
Was that a letter to the editor?
It was the fact that Drew Schnock was supportive of Judge Adrian, and Judge Adrian gave, he changed his mind and decided not to charge the kid for the trial, and that kid was represented by Drew, and that made a lot of people mad and thought that was, that he was
Yeah.
the whole bought and
'Cause if
paid
it
for
looks
thing
like a
there.
fish and smells like a
yeah,
fish,
and
it's
Drew was
probably
a
a
staunch
fish.
supporter of Judge Adrian. So it all goes into that. There's always the optics are always in play. But again, I mean, part of being a good attorney is fostering these relationships and trying to make sure you can get the best deal for your client.
Yeah, I think it's in Quincy. It's always been kind of. It's not what you know. It's who you know.
It's not just Quincy though.
I know it's everywhere,
all
but
the
I'm saying this is where
all right,
I live,
So all
so-
the new, like the series on the Murdoch case in South Carolina, that all dropped again on Hulu. The guy who killed his
so
wife
sad,
and
yeah.
killed his son, and you watch these shows, and he was a highfalutin lawyer in that town, and
Buster.
his dad was the solicitor and all this stuff, and he got a free pass and got all these breaks, and then finally when the evidence was overwhelming that he did kill his wife and son, guess what? That didn't happen. Now he's serving a life sentence. So
Yeah.
even the judges who might have known him and been thought that they had a relationship or whatever, it's pretty. The evidence is pretty clear.
Sometimes the evidence is cut and
Yeah,
dry,
and
yeah.
you're going to jail.
Yeah, I do agree with that there may be optics of conflict of interest. So not saying that there's a law, but it could be beneficial if they would just stay out of it, right? Maybe.
Stay out of it is the thing that I guess I think of when it comes to all of this. Again, I know you said you need to butter your bread and this, and this, but I was taught when I first came to Muddy River News that a true journalist does not insert themselves for the integrity of journalism.
Yeah.
And then I realized that my mouth is so big and my opinions are so strong that I am not a journalist. So I decided I am not.
I'm not the one who gave you that lecture either.
No,
Let's be
but
clear about
I've
that.
gotten this lecture, and I also accept it to a degree because of you have to hold journalists at a higher standard. Then I don't want to be a journalist because I want my opinion to be heard.
It takes a strong person to be able to be unbiased in situations, especially in a smaller town where you know everyone. I also love the fact that at Muddy River News, we don't really abide to that as
how
you
many-
and I. I mean, we do have unbiased
but
journalists,
I will see.
of course.
He
but-
doesn't vote in the primaries.
Sure.
That's his thing. Whatever. I get
just
it.
Stop that. Wouldn't pretty not too.
And you
Would
don't
you put signs in your yard?
No.
He doesn't,
No, God,
and he
no.
doesn't talk about to other people who he votes for, which
We
I
don't do
respect.
endorsements.
That should be the thing. Remember way back when it was like, what did you not talk about?
I'll tell you
Money,
what.
politics, religion, and you didn't talk about it.
A true journalist that we have here, Michelle McCormack.
Yeah.
I
Best.
still have.
best.
I have no idea what way she leans politically because one, we don't really talk about that, and two, you can't sense it at all
She's
in
pretty
her journalism. So
You and I, however, we're
Yeah,
like,
well-
let's just put it all out there on Front Street.
But that's fine because that's not your role. You don't cover
Smell what
stories. You
I'm
don't do that.
cooking.
You're supposed to get on here and talk and have fun and
Yeah.
give your opinions. That's what I want you to do. And again,
We do.
I sort of dip my toe in both waters because I have to do both because I got to kind of do everything around here. Not saying I do, you know what I mean.
Oh, he
I
does
got
it all.
All the different stuff. There's
Yeah.
just stuff I got to do. So, but I also think that when it comes to it and you have a situation where you just got to call a spade, and there's been many times, especially when dealing with like stuff with the schools, there's been a lot of stories that my wife did not want me to work on or run because of that, and it's like,
Sure.
sorry, to do it.
Oh, there have been
And
stories.
there's other
even
stuff that I don't.
recently
There's
that
stuff
I'm like,
I don't want to write. I don't want to be a part of. And
Yeah.
and it's like I mean, again, when you live in a town of 40,000 people and you've lived in that town for more than 30 years, yeah, you're going to have a lot of connections. So when someone a friend or acquaintance, does something and there's accused of something, you got to kind of just go with it. And again, when we had a story last week where I had people saying, "Oh, please don't report this story," I'm like, sorry,
Yeah.
we have to.
Well, I'm going to go back to I'm putting all the signs in my yard. So if
100%.
anything, ever
She's
if
a strong,
I
she's
if
a
I get,
strong supporter of all.
yeah,
So whoever wins.
if I ever get accused of anything,
Hell yeah. See, that's
Bob
where I am.
disappears.
And even when we do comment
disappear.
on, even when we comment on things, so I commented on a Muddy River News
End up
story
in the river.
today, not a letter to the
It
story
was
today.
No,
Hey.
wait, what?
No, it was
What'd you
just a
do?
story. I commented today, right?
Oh yeah, you commented on it.
And even though I don't know my head from my ass from a lot of this, I still have opinions about things. So it doesn't reflect Muddy River News. It reflects what I think about things. And obviously I don't have all the facts and I'm open to learning more. But when I get a gut reaction, sometimes I have a hard time not.
Was this the thing where you wanted me to pay for you and Brittany to go to Hawaii?
That too, dude.
No.
Come on,
Timmy's
Tours.
tours.
No.
Road trip with Randy.
I'm telling you.
If Randy wants to take the SS Minnow and go from like Tijuana to Honolulu.
I'll take the Stinson and we'll go.
See?
Yeah, right.
We're cutting down all
I don't
these.
think the Stinson would make it.
We can make stops.
But where?
Stops on the way. I don't know.
We'll park some barges out there somewhere.
Somewhere. I'm sure we got friends in low places.
Yeah, there's a Buc-ee's barge
We
in the
got
middle
some
of the
shit.
Pacific that you could land and fly. And
But anyway, I think overarching that there are always going to be conflicts of interest. We do also want to believe that our attorneys, our judges, the people who are there to represent us as a community, as a people, we want to believe that they're bigger than
Being human?
these dollars that are being put in
the
their
attorneys are paid to
pockets.
do a job. I mean,
Yeah.
even if you're defending the scummiest of the scummy, that's their job, and they get paid to do that. So, sorry, that's what they do, and they admit that. They freely admit that.
Yeah, but I do recommend putting all the signs in your yard, Brittany. I think that's a great.
Thank
I think
you.
that's a great
Thank you.
solution. But okay, so when you're going through all of these social media things and panels and opinions, and does it stress you out? Do you get stressed? Like when I commented, and even if I'm getting likes, which is supposed to be
don't
like
read
this
it.
big endorphin like high, I don't get that. I get nervous. I get stressed. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want. Once I post it, then I'm like, oh shit, should I delete it? Because that's just my personality. I just get stressed.
I never used to be that way, but now I do start to think, okay, when you put something out there, especially when it's an opinion,
Just opinion based. Like you don't have anything to back it up. You're throwing it out there because this is
then
your gut
yeah,
reaction.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it does stress me out.
Yeah.
because we are also held at a higher standard
But we're
sometimes.
also human to
Yes.
to bring it back. I mean, we don't want. Not that I'm a people pleaser to the core, but I think that I do have some of that in me.
Yeah.
I do have strong convictions, but
Oh, I'm
I don't
stressed.
want people to be like, "What an idiot!" or obviously she's.
sale.
You're such an asshole. I love you so much, Bobby. But I do get stressed after I post. I also get stressed. So talking about Christmas movies and the holidays, and I know that I'm not alone, and I know that first world problems, that I'm stressed about where the money's coming from. I'm stressed about this. I'm stressed about that. Do you eat more? Do you eat more with like the holidays? Do you eat more through stress? Are
This
you
time of
stressed?
year, it's not stress. It's just this time of year. It's like, okay, there's pie. I gotta have some pie.
Is that you think that's okay?
I'm back and forth with the stress thing. Like I will, if I'm super stressed, not eat at all,
Okay.
and that's not good. I know, but then
I do other things for my stress.
there are
That's
times.
because you're drinking water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's water.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, uh-huh.
But then other times, yeah, I will
Peppermint flavored water.
binge eat. But yeah, I think stress affects my eating quite a bit.
Yeah. I never used to worry about it, and now I'm trying to be cognizant of Are you eating because you're stressed? Are you eating because it's available? Are you eating because it's the expected thing to do? Are you not eating because you're, trying to attain something? I think either way you lean can be stressful.
Yes.
Either way, you're like, am I not, if you're trying to be aware of things. I know the holidays, that can be even more magnified, but throughout the years, even recently, have created this, I don't know, like magnification on staying healthy, or what am I doing wrong? How do I do better? What can I do to improve myself so I don't do this? There's so many things, and it all creates this like weird bubble of what the hell am I doing wrong and how do I fix it? And I think that our guest is going to help us kind of walk through some of what stresses us out and how we can cope with it and not fall off the rails, especially through the holidays. So I'm excited to talk to her. She is a cool individual, aside from everything that she does for our community and aside for everything that she does for our mental and physical health. She's just a real fun chick. I'm really excited to sit down and talk with her. Lots to come. So
All right.
yeah,
We're talking about fitness.
fitness, baby,
And not
fit in these jeans.
fitness
Fitness
to
pizza in my mouth.
No, I was gonna say fitness two of those deviled eggs in my mouth. I was really gonna try that,
At a time?
Yeah.
I
that a
can
thing?
fit 3 minimum.
All right, we're challenge accepted.
My boy can eat 50 deviled eggs.
Hey, we should have brought
What
some
we have here,
failure to
communicate.
communicate. All right,
That
on that
movie.
note, we got a good guest
We'll be
coming
back.
up. Stay tuned.
What have you been missing on Muddy River Gems? You won't believe your eyes. My crew and I have been bringing you stories for more than 20 years on PBS and now Muddy River News. And we're just getting started.
But
Yeah.
you'll be surprised how many people resonate with things
What
that
do
you
they
have to
say? Everybody knows what you sound like.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's new.
Yeah.
You might not like it, but they know what you sound like.
Yeah, and I'm over I don't like my voice because I
Yeah.
think I talk too much anyway, but that's the one thing that I worry about is I talk too much. So
Yeah.
here we go.
If you didn't talk too much, this wouldn't be a thing.
Okay.
So there you go.
Okay, good. So we're rolling? All right, Dawn Fleer.
Hi.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you.
So Dawn and I met, I don't even know how many years ago, but I started working at the range when Cheryl, I was there having a drink and I was like, hey, if you ever need help, call me. I would love to come and bartend because it's one of those things that I miss.
She's like, let me go back to my
root. Yeah, let me get back there. So she called me, and one of my first shifts, I met you, and you were instantly my type of people.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
So welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks for asking me to be here.
Absolutely. One of the reasons that we wanted to have you on, I think, is what we were talking about prior to the break. Holidays bring so much stress, and with that comes eating, mental health, physical health,
Yeah.
all of the kind of trials and tribulations that we're faced with every day kind of gets magnified through the holidays. Do you agree?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you are a physical trainer. You do that in a variety of ways, both virtual, one-on-one.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your journey with health. And if you don't mind, let's start at the beginning because you have how many kids?
I have 4.
4 kids.
4 kids.
And I was asking you before because I know you have twins.
Yep.
And I thought that it happened maybe after you had twins because that's when I heard about your
Right.
physical training service.
Yeah.
But it happened way before.
It did, yeah. So, I mean, with not going far back, I never had a really good, healthy relationship with food, and I had no idea what healthy meant. You know, I was like, cardio, let's walk before school. I started a workout thing during PE because I didn't want to do the volleyball and all this stuff, right? But I wasn't into fitness. I just was worried about being fat, to be honest with you, like I was a kid, right? So I never had a good, healthy relationship with food, didn't really know how to go about it. Then I got married young and then had my first child young. And then I gained 50 pounds with my first.
How old
Because
were you?
I was 20.
Okay.
Okay, so
Sorry.
I'm like 50 pounds, like, because for the first time in my life, I felt like I could eat and just be me and have the best time, and no one was going to judge you, right? So that's what I did, and I clearly enjoyed all of it because I gained 50 pounds. So I had him, lost 20, kept 30 on. 3.5 years later, had my second. I was still 30 pounds overweight, comparable to what I should have been at. Only gained 19 pounds, but that still equals 50, right, at the end of the day. It was with him, I'm like, okay, I got to figure this out. I don't know what healthy looks like. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do any of this. I know how to restrict. I know how to stop eating. I know how to do all the bad things, right? So I started studying, started reading, doing all that kind of stuff, and it just started clicking. Like, I understood it. Like, I got it. Like, it was just my second language.
Yeah.
And so then I started implementing it right directly after my second was born, implementing it right away. And people would ask me, hey, how are you doing this? What are you doing? And they would talk to me about it, and I would help them, that kind of thing, nothing too crazy. I lived in Missouri at the time, and so moved to Quincy in 2006.
Okay.
So then for the first time in my life, I could go to an actual gym because, Missouri and Timbuktu, you have nothing.
Sure.
I'm in my basement doing my own thing.
Right.
Making stuff up.
Okay.
Okay. So then went to the gym. I even hired a personal trainer because I'm like, well, how does this look like? What's this? What do you do? Like, what's that look like? And so then that was 2006. So 2007, 2008, I really started digging deep into that, and then finally got certified. And it was actually the last class in town you could get at John Wood to actually go to class. So, and I am so thankful for that because, it's not just an online certification. I went to class. I had a gym practicum. Like, I had all the things.
Okay.
I know how to do things that lots of people don't know how to do because they've just had an online class, right? So anyway, that was the last class that was offered here. And so in 2009, I got certified, and I just started from there. It's always been a part-time or full-time position for me.
Yeah.
I was raising, I have, I told you I have 4 kids. And I was in really great shape, honestly, for myself before I got pregnant with the twins, which was a good thing because I could carry them full term. But honestly, after I had them, I could not, lots of things happened. I almost died. Like, they were perfect. They were wonderful. Nothing was wrong with them. They were absolutely perfect. I lost half my blood volume.
Wow.
And giving birth to
And giving
them?
birth, yep,
Oh my
yep.
gosh.
So
shit.
I was in the recovery room from like midnight to like 4 o'clock in the morning, okay? So I didn't even see them. I say that to say, I literally started over. Thankfully, I was in great shape going into it, but I started over. I could not even get off the floor with my own body weight.
Okay.
I had to have help. I couldn't get into the back of the van without like a little push. I had nothing. I was done. I was telling somebody this morning, actually, at like 8 weeks with the twins, I could only do the elliptical for like 5 minutes, and I thought I had just ran a whole marathon. I thought I was
Okay.
going to die. I'm like, what's the problem? But your blood volume, increases with twins.
Right.
So anyway, I literally started over after having them. So yes, my journey started a long time ago, but I had a whole new journey. So I feel like I've lived a lot of lives. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I've helped a lot of people, and I've just lived a lot of lives.
Yeah.
And the experience has, been good for me.
So when you're talking about you didn't have a healthy relationship with food or your weight, I think you're speaking a lot of people's languages. And I'm not talking about just overweight people, anyone who struggles with just it's almost, I don't want to say body dysmorphia, but it's like you're constantly looking for ways to improve, something that may not even need to be improved. Because
Correct.
I think that one thing, and maybe you can tell us a little bit more, being fit doesn't mean skinny.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that that's something that we can talk a little bit more about. But I want to know, do you think that having unhealthy relationships, is that genetic? Is it something that is societally driven? Is it something? What do you think is that? What do you think that is?
Yeah, well, I think it's both because for me, it was definitely it was generational, right? So like I can remember like an aunt when I was 14-ish, like, oh, I can pinch an inch kind of thing. All the while she was going through all the weight loss, what was it, Nutrisystem back in the day.
Sure.
All that kind
Yeah,
of,
yeah, yeah.
so like, I do come from an obese family. I do. And so I think it's generational. Like, oh my gosh, it's not just you don't want to be overweight, but you don't want to be unhealthy, right? You don't want to be those things. So I think it's definitely generational. Just in your family situation, your dynamic, but also that we are constantly told that we have to look a certain way, we have to be a certain size, we have to be skinny, and that's actually coming back. You think it's never going to happen again, and you know it's going to, kind of like bell bottoms and all the things. It's cyclical.
Yeah.
It's coming back. Like the scary skinny is coming back. People are again wanting to be scary skinny.
Ozempic.
Yeah. And I'm not even going to knock those drugs. Is there a place? Yeah, we can't even. That's a whole nother show, right?
Sure.
That's a whole okay. But the scary skinny, like we are wanting that and desiring that, because people, once you start losing and you get down there, people are like, oh my gosh, you look so good.
They start noticing,
oh my gosh,
giving you
who
those-
doesn't want to feel that, right? And I always tell my clients, right or wrong, I rarely say, oh my God, you look so good. I rarely say that.
How do you feel?
Because I don't know what they've done to get there. And being in the position that I'm in, if I say, oh my God, you look so good, they're going to be like, oh, I'm doing this.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Right, keep doing what you're doing.
Crap, I say that to so many people all the time.
And that's not, I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily, but when I'm in the position I'm in, I feel like I have, more.
You have an obligation.
I have an obligation to not be like that. Like, I don't want to be like, oh my God, you look amazing.
So what do you think for somebody that's not in your position,
Yeah.
and you start to notice weight loss and stuff like that?
What do you say?
Do
you want to acknowledge it.
Yeah, I think you
You
want
do.
to say, hey, like I see that you're working hard, but like how do I say that without being like,
gosh.
oh dang. What,
I know, right? Yeah. Like, oh, you stopped eating altogether. You eat 500 calories a day, and you look
Right.
amazing. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I
obviously
don't wanna
it's
hear-
not.
yeah,
you don't
that's
want
not
that.
fun.
That's not great. What do you say? I mean, I don't know. I think that you just, and maybe you comment on something that they're wearing. Maybe you comment on something that doesn't affect, that's not their actual like size or what they've been doing. Or maybe you ask them, hey, what are you been doing? How are you feeling?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
How are you feeling?
You said that.
You
That's
know,
a
yeah,
good one.
I think that's a good
Because
idea.
I think growing up, I was always super, super skinny. So on the
Naturally.
other end of the spectrum, I always had an insecurity about how thin I was because people would comment on that. And it was like, well, it doesn't matter how much I eat, I can't gain weight. Naturally, obviously it's not a problem anymore, guys, but it was still a source.
Metabolism caught up with you.
It
too.
did.
Yeah,
But it was a source of kind of contention where people would comment, oh, you're skinny as a rail, you're bored thin, and it was like, I don't think people understand that it doesn't necessarily have to be a conversational topic.
No.
But when you do see someone who is obviously trying to better their health, you look healthier.
Correct.
Like, you look like
nice.
you're feeling
Yes.
good.
I like the you're glowing.
You're glowing,
you're glowing.
is good.
Yeah, I think our nutrition does shine through our skin, right?
Yeah.
And I have clients who are in the same position as you. They were told that their whole life about like trying to gain weight. And I always tell people, I know it sounds like, oh, you're trying to gain weight. That's, sucks to be you. But it's a real
an
thing.
issue,
It's
yeah.
the same on the reverse.
Right.
It's hard. Like if you're trying to put on muscle, it's harder for you to put on muscle.
And especially for men, because I don't want to exclude that whole demographic, because a lot of men are trying to bulk up. And if they're thin, it's like, oh, I'm going to do, this, and I'm going to get bulky, and I'm going to, and it, for some reason, we have learned to hyper-focus on the physical traits of someone.
Absolutely.
Rather than the physical health. How are you feeling?
Right.
So when we're talking about holidays, and I don't want to hold myself back from the pie or from the desserts that I don't really indulge in throughout the year, but I also don't want to fall off the rails, because although I'm not trying every day I'm not watching all my calories, I'm not like hyper focusing on what I'm eating or how much I'm working out, I do know that holidays are a source of overindulgence. So I'm trying to balance things. So when you are talking to clients, how do you frame that conversation? How do you talk to people like that?
Sure. Well, I mean, a real caveat to that, like the beginning of it, we are taught that the only way to get in shape or be healthy is to have some dramatic plan. We're going to go to the gym 7 days a week, and we're going to restrict a food group, or we're not going to eat this, or we're going to stop eating sugar, we're not going to drink, we're not going to do these things. It's crazy. It's insane. And we're taught that if we do that, then we're going to have the success that we want. And we know that restricting and doing all those things not life-sustaining. It's
Right.
not going
It's
to
not
last.
sustainable,
Okay,
for sure.
So first of all, we live like that. We're taught that. Earlier when you asked about is it generational? It is, but it's also society telling us that you have to be very dramatic in your approach.
Sure.
Okay, so we're going into it like that automatically. And if you think that you have to restrict and go crazy to the gym, and then you add the holidays, well, we're not restricting, and we don't have any more time. We have less time probably, right? All the different things going on. So then you think, well, even the ones who are going to the gym and having a nutrition plan anyway, they are also being lackadaisical, right? And we're like, well, nothing's big going to happen in December.
Sure.
So we all go into December with that thought process and the holidays with that
With
thought
like
process.
we're giving ourselves
It's
a break.
one or the other.
Is it a
Yeah,
break?
it's a break.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Taking a vacation from my plan.
Yes, either you haven't even had a plan since last January,
Sure.
or you've been doing it, but we're going to take a break because we're just going to like eat all the things. That typically comes when you have a restrictive mindset. Okay, if you're going into the holidays and you're not restricting things, then you understand, and that's what I want: food freedom. That's my goal for everybody: is food freedom. There's no restriction.
Yeah.
My clients know I don't really care in the beginning where you're getting your calories, as long as you're hitting. I do macros. You can do lots of different ways. I like macros, protein, carbs, fats. As long as you're getting your numbers, I don't care where they're coming from.
Sure.
I don't, because the moment you tell somebody to stop having something, they want it, right?
Oh, I'm
Twofold.
having it all.
I'm having it all. I'm going
Yeah.
crazy. So let's get to the holidays. So we already come into it with a restrictive mindset, and we are, like we can't have sugar, we can't have this. Well, that's clearly not happening during December.
No,
for
I'm having
sure.
all the eggs. I'm having all the
Yes,
pie.
I'm doing all of
Yeah.
it. Doing all of it. So then my goal is to get you to understand that you can go to the party. You can go to your Christmas get-together. Maybe you have 2 or 3, right? You have in-laws, you have whatever. You have work parties, you have people bringing stuff in. If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no, number
Yeah.
one, okay? Don't just have it because it's there. Do you really want it? Then have it.
Right.
If it's America, first of all. You can get that same food any damn time of the year.
Sure.
Am I right?
Yes.
So we think, oh God, this is the only time we can get this food, so I better have it. No, you can get it anytime. It's America, and we like food, so anytime.
Yeah.
So if it's not absolute, like I'm looking forward to this food, then just don't
Like
do
if
it.
you're if Grandma Betty makes 1 pie a year, and you want that piece of pie,
you have it.
have that piece of pie.
Have it.
But
and
I guess I
enjoy
don't
it.
really need to do my deviled egg challenge.
I do.
I mean, I
think you should. I think you should do it because one, I mean, it's fun, right?
Yeah.
Well, and deviled eggs
Also,
are really
we got
not.
to see who can fit the most.
They're
in.
not
think you
always
should do it.
readily available because they're a pain in the ass.
That
to
is
make.
what
They are.
like when
They
you
are.
were saying that, I was thinking that in my head. I'm like, well,
Who's
we
making
don't
this?
actually make this stuff, because who has the time?
Right.
Yeah.
That is a part of the
It's a
whole reason
process.
why we indulge is because who has the time anymore?
Right.
So
Right.
these are special dishes at special times.
Also, you don't
It
want to
is.
hurt people's feelings.
You don't.
Which is so
well,
wild.
2 things
but
to that. One, you don't want to hurt people's feelings, and I get that.
Yeah.
But also, they'll
get
gonna,
over it.
They're not going to think twice about it tomorrow
Yeah.
or the 3rd day. But you're going to be like, my gosh, I should not have eaten that.
Yeah.
Just to make her happy, right? Like, so
Yeah.
we got to stop thinking about that.
I also think that I come up with excuses just like I did. I'm going to hurt her feelings. I only get it 1 or 2 times a year.
Yes.
So there's those
Ooh.
excuses
Yes.
And
that
I
come
have
in.
so many of them.
right?
Let's put together the whole year. Number one, there's something every month, right? January, even if you're like, I'm starting over, well, you have January 1. You're like, oh, hey, let's have a little bit more
Yeah,
fun,
new
right?
year, new me.
Yes, but we're going to go crazy on January 1. Or, you have birthday parties, and then you have St. Patrick's Day, and then you have Easter, and then you have, Cinco de Mayo. I mean, you name it.
There's
There's
always
always
something.
something.
There's
Yeah,
always
yeah, yeah.
something.
Reason
Yeah, yeah.
why.
So, my philosophy is one, pick the things that you really want to do and enjoy them to the fullest. But if you would just look at December, for example, and you look at how many meals do you have a day, I don't call things snacks and meals. I call things just all meals. Because people freak out about snacks. So I have 6 meals a day, okay? Because I like food.
Yeah.
So meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, okay, honestly. So I have 6 meals a day. I should have done the math, but times that by your whole week, right? I don't know, somebody do that math.
42.
Thank you. So then
Did I
how
make
many,
that?
I think you kind of did, yeah. So if you take that and you times that by 4 weeks, can you do that?
No.
Okay.
164.
8, okay.
Did I get it?
No, I think 4 and 2 is
He's
8.
shaking his head now.
Thank you,
Okay,
168.
I was close. I was
Nice.
close.
Okay, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
168 meals. Okay, 168 meals. And the holidays are going to be how many meals? We'll say you have Christmas. We'll say you have a party. Let's go crazy and say you have 5 meals outside of 168. Is that what we said?
Yeah.
What percentage is that? I don't know.
It's
not very many.
Well, but your
like
calorie
2%?
intake,
I don't know.
does it go, I mean, I feel like my calorie intake goes up, so I'm not necessarily thinking 160. I'm thinking now I've had 100, 200 and some meals.
But I think what she's saying
I'm
is
saying
the
this,
5.
you have control over, so you have 168 meals total. Let's take away 5 of those you don't have control over any longer.
and then that's it.
And you just enjoy all of them to the fullest.
But then you
Okay.
have to
But you have
control
what?
the
So what's that,
other-
163?
Look at you mathing, girlfriend.
I know, right?
Golly.
You have 163 meals that you are now in control of.
Okay.
So we go crazy. We think, oh, I can't do. But if you break it down, my word, you have more control than you even realize.
So I think if I'm gathering it, a lot of it is mindset. And
Yeah.
one of the things that I think I've tried to get better, as I said, is being more cognizant of, am I bored? Do I really want this?
Yeah.
What am I gaining from it? Because at night I'll be like, oh, I can have this pie. I can have this. I don't even really need it. But I
No.
made chocolate chip cookies the other day, and I
Right.
was like, well, if I don't eat them, someone else is going to eat them.
Yeah, I get that.
I get stoned
yeah.
too much and have
Hey.
the munchies.
Okay.
Like, that's my thing. And I'm like, well, it doesn't
That was
count
gonna be-
because
so-
I'm stoned.
That
Right,
was going
right.
to be my other point because
Okay.
I know that drinking increases through
Eating?
the holidays
Yeah.
as well. So
Yeah.
then I don't necessarily, not that I don't stress eat because I do.
Mm-hmm.
I hangover eat. Like I
Yeah.
forget my goals hungover because I'm like,
because you're trying to recover.
'cause
You're
I'm like,
just like, get,
I
get
just
me back
need
to
all
life.
Yeah.
the things
Just
I
get
need
me back to life.
right?
Yeah.
So I
all
think
the fatty
that
foods.
yeah, the addiction kind
Bring
of
me
comes
back to
in.
life.
Yeah. I know that it's silly, but I know I can't be alone that when I wake up after that holiday party and I'm like, I just need to live.
Yeah.
I'm going to scoreboard for that
Correct.
Yes.
Yep.
cheeseburger.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
need that life in me.
Yeah.
How do you recommend, like, what are your tips for getting over that? I need the
Yeah.
life of food.
Well, first on the alcohol side of it, yeah, we know Debbie Downer aspect of it. We know it does inhibit muscle, growth, right? Because it's a toxin and the body has to get rid of it before it's going to lose body fat, right? Okay, so we know that. Nobody wants to hear that.
No, I was going to say, do I? Because I feel like I get 10 foot tall and bulletproof.
I know, right? Yeah, it's after the fact.
Yeah.
It's what's happening inside.
next day.
Yeah,
Okay,
next day.
okay,
What's
okay.
happening inside that we don't care about in that moment. But usually it's the choices we make around alcohol that's the bigger issue, the food, that kind of thing, right? So that's really the bigger issue. But I would say, honestly, for me, I am 100% about movement. So I don't care if, and I'm going to say just in air quotes, I don't care if it's just a walk. I don't care what it is, but you have to move.
Yeah.
Because movement will help with the hangover. It will. I know it's crazy, and I don't get hungover, so I'm sorry about
You
that.
asshole.
Oh
I
my
know. I
God,
know.
you know why?
I know.
You know why, though?
Because
Because she's fit.
yeah,
And
because
she
she's
knows what to
constantly
do.
Moving.
God dang it.
I
All
don't.
right.
So that everybody
We
hates
gotta
me
put
for
in the
that.
work. Okay.
So I know that it's easier for me to say, right? Because I don't get hungover. But movement is key. So you need, whether you are walking on the treadmill, and I know walking outside is sometimes people's only option. I'm not walking outside. It's too cold. And I know I'm the fitness person, but I'm just telling you it's too cold.
Sure.
So I'm not doing it. But if that's all you have, then you need to do it. But honestly, if you just decide, I'm going to do, I don't know, we'll say 20 squats. That's
Yeah.
it. Something that gets blood flowing and gets those endorphins, they will start to release.
Yeah.
And you feel better. And just by feeling better, it's like then you make better choices.
You do.
There's no way around that. If even on Sunday, it's my rest day, if I actively walk, I call it my active rest, I walk. Because if I don't, I will be tired, I will feel miserable, I will be grouchy, I will be awful. So I have movement so that I'm not like the worst person in the world.
How do you make yourself do that? Because if
Because
I
I don't
wake
like
up-
the after feel.
Okay.
I
But
don't like
also-
how I feel if I don't.
But also, you haven't stopped. So, like, I want
True.
to like bring it back to
Yeah, absolutely.
where you said I had to start over with my twins.
Yeah.
So you started from the bottom up. I don't know how many of us have done that before. Like where we have gotten
Every
to
week.
a point.
Lots of people, lots
Really?
of
Like,
times.
Oh,
every-
I'm like, I'm going to do
mean,
this and
there-
this and this.
That's that
No, I mean,
dramatic
like,
planning.
There's
dramatic, yeah.
points in my life where I've gotten fit and have had a regimen, and then I fell off. For example, the latest one was when I kind of, and I'm embarrassed to even say this, when I went full time here, and this was years ago, I stopped doing. I mean, I was at the gym at least 3 times a week regularly. It was something that I wasn't only doing for my health and body. I mean, that was like the overall goal, but I was doing it for my mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've lost all of that.
Correct,
And
yeah.
I feel like I am at a point where I don't even know where to start again. You said that you started over. When it comes to that point where you feel like, I mean, I want to say there's almost like a hopelessness feeling.
Absolutely. No, there is.
For me.
Yep, there is.
And I just don't even know where to start over because, one, I don't have the time anymore to make that gym time, I feel like, unless I carve out sleep, I guess, and do it early in the morning. But then I know I need my sleep too because I have very little of that.
Right.
And then also then I stress eat and I fall off on that. So like it's just a cycle of things, and I understand it needs discipline and motivation. So where do I start when I'm feeling completely hopeless, especially now?
During the holidays, correct. Well, all that I'm going to say is not necessarily going to make everyone like have some new plan come in December, right? No one wants to have a plan in December. Like, oh God, it's okay, because we can't be dramatic about it, right?
We're busy as shit.
Can't
We're busy as
be
shit.
dramatic.
Yeah.
Let's
Yes, let's
that.
remove the drama. And when I tell people that, they're like, oh, drama. Oh, you have drama. Because we're like, oh, she can have that, but I can't.
You put
oh,
so
I have
much
to.
focus on
it's
it.
so dramatic.
Yeah.
And that's
And
a
it
number
needs
one
to happen
rule.
right now.
Yes. Oh, yeah, 100%. So you have so much to unpack there. The last thing you said about motivation. Motivation is fickle. It's a feeling. It's not going to last. No one has motivation past the first few days. It's not real.
So it's discipline.
It's discipline. It's discipline and, just making the choice to do it. It's a choice. You have to be disciplined, and you have to, I always tell my clients, you are what you consistently do. Consistently do. There's no perfection. We're not trying to be perfect, because that is not even real. But whatever you consistently do, that's exactly who you are, and it will show in everything that you do.
Yeah.
So if you are making that choice to show up when you don't feel like it, you're going to see that. And I'm here to tell you, if you're in this for the long game, you're not going to feel like it. I've had weeks where I don't even want to exercise. I hate everything about it, and I actually like to exercise. I don't want to be there. I don't want to do it, but I still show up because, one, I don't like the way I feel if I don't. That's it. That's what drives me. And eventually one day you're like, oh gosh, hey, I love this. Like, I'm back to it. Here we are. Might be 2 days, might be 2 weeks. I don't know. But it's going to come back. So you have to do it whether you feel, because feeling's a fickle thing. It changes every day. Whether you feel like it or you don't.
How do you carve out time for, I guess, that?
Yeah, great question. So when you talk about my twins aspect of it, when you have twins, like I could not, I was going to my basement.
Oh my
I
God,
barely
I
had,
couldn't even
We have
imagine
4
right
kids.
now.
I mean, even though 2 are older, you have 4 kids.
Yeah,
So
they were
you're-
16, 12, and brand new at
Yeah.
that time, okay? So I know, that's a lot.
It does make me feel like, a
Yeah.
butthead for
Whoa.
being like, but I still,
No, but
I'm
it's
like,
your
where
reality.
do I
Butthead.
carve
It's your
at-
reality.
Yeah, butthead. Where do I
It's your
carve out
reality.
time?
Yeah. So for that, I was going to my basement where I barely had anything, and you're trying to they're waking up from their nap. It was just a lot. So I decided, and I was not a morning person. I don't think I'm still a morning person. So I decided that I have to go to the gym in the morning before,
The day starts.
Yes, because it's never going to work. So I'm going to the gym at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. And this is no joke. I'm sitting in the rocking chair in the living room one day, the first day I did this. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I still have to work out today. And I'm like, wait a minute, I did it this morning. I literally forgot because I was in this newborn
Fog.
twin fog for 2
Yeah.
years. I really was. But I was like, oh my God, I did it this morning. It's done. And so from that moment, I always went to the gym in the morning. I pushed myself, I pushed myself, I pushed myself. Then I became the only trainer who would train clients in the morning. Then I became the only trainer who would teach classes in the morning. Then I became that person. Now, do I love it? Absolutely not. I still don't love it. But if anyone who knows me, if I don't work out before 10, I'm like, the whole day is ruined.
Yeah.
Really?
It's gone. It's
So
gone.
do you think a lot of it is routine? Because I not only, okay, so.
She just yesed you.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
because I think,
Yeah, but yes.
because I think, okay, smoking, drinking, a lot of it is, I have a routine that I've fallen into. I cannot drink or not smoke for these many things, but the minute I step into a familiar place, into a familiar routine,
Yeah.
I need this, I need this, I need this. You can also do that on the positive side.
Correct.
With working out.
Yeah, it's habit stacking.
Yeah.
Is what what you call
Habit-
it. It's
Habit stacking.
So whatever you're already doing, stack a new habit with it, and then they become together.
Yeah.
So then that becomes a new habit. So you stack a new habit with a current habit, and then they become, so you're not like trying to create this whole new thing in your life and you don't know how to even do it.
Right.
So, you know, you get up in the morning, you know, I just started this like probably the last 2 years because, you know, I'm getting older. That like,
No, we're not.
Well, you
Dawn.
don't
We're not.
look it.
no,
We're
thank
not.
you, appreciate it. So I'm going to drink water, okay? I'm going to drink water before I drink anything else. People have been talking about that for a long time,
Yeah.
but you know, you're like,
I
even me,
started
I'm like,
doing it.
nah, that's,
Yeah.
you know.
You flush. You
I
take
started
a
doing it.
big drink
Well,
in
you've
the
just
morning.
been, yeah, you want that to be the first thing your body has after however many hours of sleep, right?
Sure.
So you have the water, and then you have I have pre-workout because I want to work out, or I have coffee or whatever. But water first. So, you know, I started doing that. And so then that became a habit. I wasn't doing that before. And I just have it sitting right there and I just drink it. And then, you know, you have to set yourself up for success.
Sure.
So if I'm getting up in the morning to work out, I've laid all my clothes out the night before.
Yeah, I saw you got
All
out of the
of
house
them.
in 8 minutes the other day.
Yeah, right?
What a I was like,
Oh,
what?
Because I'm so
8
pissed at
minutes.
myself for not, like, so I've always said, if you want to get up in the morning to work out, you can have zero thoughts. Okay, I know I love Mel Robbins, but she's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For me, that's too long. Because
I don't even know what this is, Dawn.
Well, Mel Robbins says
Sure.
if you want to get out of bed, you have the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up. That's it. That's too long for me.
I'm like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, snooze.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm too cold. It's too cold. I'm not getting up.
Yeah.
So I can't. I tell people you can have zero thoughts. So your clothes are laid out in the bathroom. Okay. So you get up out of bed. As soon as that goes off, you get up. You have no thoughts. No thoughts of I'm tired. I didn't sleep. I'm cold. What am I going to do?
What the hell is this day have in store for me?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Not a Facebook check. Not a nothing. Don't even put your phone off of Do Not Disturb to see what the notifications came through in the night.
Sure.
Nothing. You go straight to the bathroom. You start getting dressed, the clothes that you laid out. And, you know, you go to the bathroom, whatever. And then in that moment, you can be like, I am tired. Or, gosh, you have whatever thoughts you want to
Recognize
have
your
that
feelings,
moment.
yeah.
Okay? But you're already in it, right?
Yep.
You're in it. And you were doing it. And I've got my pre-workout made already.
You're
I'm
in
going
the
to grab it out of the
motion.
fridge. I'm going to grab the water. And I'm going to go. My backpack is already ready to go. I got my music in there. Here we go.
And we don't necessarily have to go to the gym because you provide a different service, right?
Yeah, correct. Oh, yeah. So I have an actual local space where you can come in and do one-on-one personal training. You can do partner training. So find a friend. Really doesn't work well with, it, you know, honestly, it doesn't always work well with someone that you know.
Because you give each other
you
your,
do.
yeah, you're
Yep,
each other's
you-
crutches.
correct.
I feel like
You're
I've
each
done that.
other's
So if I'm gonna,
excuses.
Yeah.
you are, and you're
Excuses.
and you're not held accountable in that moment because they know me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest, that doesn't always work well. But if I know who you are and you're like, I want to have a partner, I can pair you up with somebody.
Gotcha.
So one-on-one partner, any way you want to slice it, and small group training. So obviously each one is a little bit more affordable and how you want to do it. So there's options for everyone. I do in person at 2001 Jefferson. Okay, the training room. It's there. You can come.
Real quick, the training room.
Yeah.
So it is
Physical location.
Yep. Physical location.
and as well as a virtual.
Yep, and then virtual. So I do. I do online nutrition coaching and online fitness coaching. So whatever it is that you need, I can get. You know, if you want one-on-one, lots of people. I mean, one-on-one or just in person, not necessarily one-on-one, but in person is very needy. I guess it's needed because people need accountability and people are not showing up for themselves. So I can give you the workout, but you might not decide to show up for it.
I think it's easier to find excuses when you're doing virtual, maybe.
It is, yeah,
But
and
you
I-
do offer very cool virtual things. So
I do.
I don't know if you follow her, but you should, and
No, I
you
do.
all should. She'll do like, okay, December 1, we're kicking off this, and let's just start. You start small. You start like
Yeah.
very attainable goals, which I
Yeah.
think is like. I think that's what we all need because
Yeah.
attainable goals create those routines that you're talking about. And it is that easy to be like, I'm just going to get up and I'm going to move my body in a certain way today. And you make it, whether in person or virtual, you are kind of that accountability, but not in a way that's more, it's not harsh. It's like you're doing this, you set out on this journey for a reason. Let's keep that.
Right.
Keep that going.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like I've been through about everything you could possibly be through.
Yeah.
And so, like, I understand exactly where you're coming from. So your beginning looks different than your beginning.
Sure.
Where you are right now today looks different. Everyone looks different.
Sure.
So we're not starting off, you know, like balls to the wall. We're doing 27 burpees, right? We are doing whatever it is that you need. We talk about goals. There's always a free consult, right? So I need to know that I am who you want.
fit.
Yeah, and I work for you. Like, we need to have this conversation, okay? So we have a free consultation. I find out what your goals are, like what you need, where you're coming from, what you've been doing, what works for you, what hasn't worked for you. And that's how I started doing a program for you. It's not cookie cutter. Your nutrition, your fitness, none of it's cookie cutter.
Okay.
So it's what you need in this moment. Okay. And that changes because, your body changes and your mentality changes throughout the whole time. So it might change. And that's okay. Like, I am in it for the long haul. However long you need me to be there, I'm in it. So I love having that conversation.
So is your main goal when you're starting out with a new client, because I've had this where I go in and I start a relationship with not necessarily a private trainer, but a fitness group. And I go in and I start this and then I'm like, oh, I fall off real quick because it's either too extensive, it doesn't fit my schedule. I think that's probably the plus side of having a personal trainer. But if I'm coming in, what are you, like, how are you keeping me in check? Yeah, because
Correct,
I need that.
Yeah. Well, there's
I don't want it, so it's going to be tough for you.
Right.
Well,
Right. Well, there's lots of things there. One, I am empathetic and loving, but
you're a hard ass.
I'm hard ass
Yeah.
because why are you paying for this? Why are you taking somebody else's space for this?
Right.
Can I point that out real quick too?
Yeah.
Is like the biggest thing when you were talking about motivation, this, and this. A thing that like might get you off your ass to do it is when you put your money behind it.
Yeah.
Like if you have actual money behind this, saying, "Hey, I'm going to do this," and like you said, maybe I am the fit, maybe I'm not. Find a personal trainer, invest your money behind it, and then
Yeah.
you're not gonna be like, "Oh, I can't do this."
Yeah.
Because you've already invested the money behind it. We all like money, and
Yeah.
we don't want to waste money.
Yeah.
But the free consultation, I think, helps you
That's
decide
amazing.
if you're a fit.
Yeah,
that's
because
cool.
because I don't want to work with you if I'm not who you want.
Yeah.
And if it's never going to be a good fit, then you're never going to stick with it, right?
So if I come into you and I'm like, I just want a bigger butt.
Yeah.
I just want to get, okay?
Okay.
What are you telling me?
Yeah.
Are you like, this isn't a good fit? I
No.
just want a bigger ass.
Well, a couple of things. One,
She doesn't
people
do injections,
always,
Ashley.
People will say
Well, like
lots
people
of things.
have things. Like
They do.
They either want
They do.
abs, they want smaller arms, they want a bigger butt. But
get
what
it.
are you thinking?
Yeah.
Are you like, this doesn't happen without?
Well, I might be thinking that because if you want a bigger butt, you're probably going to have higher calories and you're probably not going to have the core that you want. You're going to have to gain some weight.
Okay.
Okay? And that's hard, people. So I'm hearing you and I'm knowing this, but I don't like unload all of my thoughts in that moment. Okay? We start this process and we're working. Okay? And then we are, during a personal training process, we are having a conversation and I'm learning about you and you are learning me.
Okay.
So it's a lot of mental aspect of that, right? So I am talking to you and seeing what you really want because deep down we want something different than what we initially say, right?
Sure.
So you want deeper things and we work deeper and it becomes more than just more than I want a bigger butt, right?
Okay.
So it's just
Why do I want a bigger butt?
right.
Huh?
It's deeper,
Yeah,
okay? So we're
okay.
gonna find that and we're gonna
right.
build this relationship and
So what I'm hearing is I can talk to you.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yes, and that's what it is. But along the bigger butt thing, can I tell you a funny story?
Yes,
So
please.
without trying, we don't just do all glute work in my studio, okay? But I have had probably.
But I've seen your butt. Okay? I've seen it. It is on
She's
point.
there.
I love it.
She's there. But I probably 5 different clients have talked about their husbands or their boyfriends talking about, oh my God, like your butt. And I'm like, why is that? Because I don't just work on that. But I think one person said, well, because I don't do leg day unless I'm with you. So that's one.
Okay.
And then another thing is it's like, well, because I talk about correct form, because form is everything.
Yeah.
You can be doing all what looks like the right things in the gym, but the form is so bad, we're not actually growing that muscle.
Sure.
So those 2 things is the only thing I can think of, but I've had like 4 or 5 different clients talk about that, and I think
Yeah.
that's hilarious. So,
Yeah, well-
So anyway, the butt aspect, I got you.
It's
I can do
there.
that.
She
That
can
I
do it. And I think that it is all about form. And I've tried to do some things, and Luke will be like, "Oh, I see. You're getting a little rounded, but it's maybe not distributed well. Whatever. But I think so you mentioned so talking to
Oh yeah, like you
talking to clients.
Yeah,
That's
so you said
something
that-
deeper.
I think
Yeah.
I've had a personal trainer in the past.
Okay.
Loved him dearly.
Good.
I could not keep up with the time schedule because, like I said,
Yeah.
this thing happened, and I don't. Yeah, I feel like part of the thing that I was missing is not only my workouts but my chats with him because it was
cathartic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It
I
is
think
very.
people don't understand that about that fact that your physical therapist sometimes is rooting deeper than you think.
It always is. It always is. So when I tell you that our sessions are an hour long, there's pauses, there's breaks, but it's me talking to you, me getting to know you, me finding the root of things. Because honestly, if you have a personal trainer, a good personal trainer, they're not just like rip something out of the magazine. It's like, oh, let's work on this. They are here for the depth of it. That's what it is. It is deep. It's not just putting a workout together. Who can? Everybody can do that. I'll put you a workout together. I like to work out. Let's put this workout together. You do this. It's great.
You want a bigger butt? I got you.
I got you.
Yeah.
It's bigger than that. And that's what I love about it. It's transforming the body, the physical, but also the mental, way you think about things. People bring some hard stuff to me, some serious stuff to me, and we talk about it and we unpack it. And then we talk about, how's it affecting your eating? How's it affecting your time that you're giving to yourself to work out? Which movement is going to help the mental clarity. It always is, always. And you talked earlier about like, how do I find the time? I feel like I'm hopeless. Well, it's a vicious cycle. If you're, have to understand, you might not feel like it today, but you're never going to feel like it without doing it. So it's that discipline. I'm doing this no matter how I feel. So if you keep feeling like I don't feel like doing it, well, you're never going to do it then.
Right.
You have to push past how I feel. Feelings are just so, you can't eat based on feelings. You can't work out based on feelings. You have to have a plan. You have to choose. We all have a choice. Believe it or not, we do. We all have a chance to get up at 4:30 in the morning to work out or work out at 7 o'clock at night, whatever your thing is. We all do.
Or feel like shit the entire day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We are all just as busy. I don't find that I'm any busier than anybody else.
I hate the word busy, and I think that it comes down to priority. But I do agree with mental and physical health going hand in hand, and I think that that's something that maybe a lot of us don't really understand. So when we want to kind of slug off physical fitness, we don't understand how much it impacts our mental abilities day to day. And especially, like we've been talking about through the holidays, we're all stressed out. We all have shit. Making that step, making that like intentional movement to move is going to help you make better decisions throughout the day. So you talked about earlier, and we can get into as much as you want or not, but you talked about recently getting into therapy.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Obviously, I know that that's going to help you help your clients. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the things, so I started going therapy, 4 weeks ago maybe.
Okay.
So it's pretty new. And she's like, why now? And I'm like, well, I mean, I just feel like, I think it's a great thing for everyone. I don't care if you're the most amazing, positive, no mental issues person. I feel like it's great to have someone that's, you can throw things at and they can help you. But for me, I am constantly pouring into other people. I get their bad. I get their excuses. I get their everything. And that, no matter how much I love my job, that can weigh on you.
Especially when you're a confidential person that doesn't take that to other people.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So it's
it's all on me.
You
Right.
do
I don't
want to maybe express
Yes.
to somebody in confidentiality.
Absolutely.
I think that's a
Yeah.
huge thing
Yes.
with therapy that people don't realize is the confidentiality behind it, talking.
Yes,
Yeah,
and in my
absolutely.
personal training, you have the same confidentiality. I'm not talking about that to anybody.
Cheers to that.
It's, I mean, that's absolute given.
You're not
People tell
Ashley's
me
coming in to get a
everything.
bigger butt.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
Ashley's about to have
yeah.
a big ass.
Unless Ashley's like, hey.
Hey, tell everybody about my big ass. No. Okay, so therapy for you
Yeah.
was more about kind of unpackaging some of the weight.
heavy.
Yes.
The weight that's
Yeah.
on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Something that a lot of people don't understand about me, and I would have never guessed it, and I just really learned it, that I'm a people pleaser. No one would ever guess that.
Oh wait, we would never guess that.
Because we are.
Are you people pleasers?
Oh, we're
Yeah.
identical twins.
I feel like
Okay.
also
Identical
we
triplets.
can identify that.
Okay.
As soon
Yeah.
as
Okay.
you started talking when you came, I'm
you
like,
got it?
oh
Okay.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
100%.
And, yeah, and I just want to, you have a goal, I'm about it. Like, let's do this. So it works in its positive state, but outside of that, I got a lot to unpack in that. So therapy is for me to unleash some of this unheaviness, because I've had times in my life where I've just stayed in my garage or my basement gym at that time. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I wouldn't even go to the gym. I was like, I needed a pause.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot, and people look at you. way back in the day, people would see me in the grocery store and then later say, "Oh, I saw what was in your cart," and I'm not kidding. And I'm like,
never thought about
so I
that.
have,
Yeah.
there's lots. And now, probably my age, probably where we're at in the world, I don't care. I don't care what you see in my cart. I don't give two craps about
Yeah.
it. Like, so like it's a different state of mind.
but you have a
back
balance.
Then,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
But back then, I can understand
Yes.
that. But also
Yes.
today, going into a gym, let's say even if you're, a little bit overweight,
Mm-hmm.
people are judging the way you use. I hope people are judging the way I use machines because I'm doing it wrong. I'm like this.
No.
That's a leg machine, Ash.
And you're like, hey,
Yeah, and I'm-
but maybe you found a new way to like utilize it.
Listen,
You're like,
my
love
right
doing
arm
that.
muscle
Right?
is-
That's my favorite one.
Yes.
Is when you see the things online of a different way to use a machine, and then you try to implement it in the gym, and everyone's looking at you like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "I don't even know what I'm doing."
Yeah,
but
no,
it's
I
all
know.
online."
Yes. There was a time when, the abduction.
That's
the
what I'm
abduction
thinking
machine?
of right
Okay?
now. And then
I
you
turned
used it.
around
Me
and
too.
Oh,
stood
yeah.
up, and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like,
making
yeah,
a
I
big
know.
butt.
First of all,
I've done
don't look
the
at me in
same
the eye.
thing.
Yeah.
First of all.
So that works though. That,
Oh,
that
100%.
reverse
That's
thing?
right. Yes, it does work.
Okay.
1000%.
So I think okay, so let's talk about the grocery store. People are judging what's in your cart, even
Yep.
though they shouldn't, because they just had McDonald's.
I know. Or they avoid me.
Yeah.
Because they don't want me to see what's
and then
in their
they're
cart.
judging you in the gym.
Yeah.
So you can avoid that by going to the training room and working with someone who knows what they're doing.
Or
You can
doing it in your
also-
basement through them.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or
yes.
virtual.
Yes.
I have one thing.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
I was creeping on your Facebook and I
Oh,
saw
gosh.
it was either a meme or something that you wrote where it says everyone in the gym looking like a Gymshark model, which if you don't know what Gymshark is, it's
Look
a
it
brand,
up.
it's a brand
Yeah.
and it's
Yes.
a very expensive gym brand.
Yeah.
I thought I needed it one time. I still can't believe I bought
yeah,
those
I know,
leggings.
it's
But
expensive.
anyway, everyone looking like a Gymshark model, and I'm over here looking like Adam Sandler.
Yes.
I love
That's all right.
Yeah, you would think that because of what I do, I would be very much like into these perfect little cute sets, and I would do this. I'm not that person.
No.
I'm
So
not.
that's the other thing that I
You don't have to look great to show up.
No.
You can
Hairs in a bun, oversized T-shirt. I
Whatever you're
I just-
comfortable
Yes,
in.
and that's what I like to work out in. I don't want everything exposed while I'm working out. I mean, later, because you work out. I'm
Then
like,
You
you
got
got
it.
it.
Flaunt it.
Then you flaunt it. But in the gym, I don't want to be that.
When
Yeah.
I was putting on my leggings earlier, they were like the
Oh, I
the-
wasn't going to bring it up, Brett.
You're welcome.
Oh.
I don't care. Okay, so wool leggings, and like
Oh.
I had to snap her because I've worn them in the past, but I was like they're super uncomfortable.
She had them on backwards. And I could see that there was a legit butt outline.
seam- oh,
No,
uh-huh.
like,
And I
like
go,
the
well,
leggings
yeah.
that outline your butt. She
Yeah.
had it on the crotch, and I was like, I think that's supposed to outline your butt, Brett.
I go, but why wouldn't the crack go in your butt crack?
shit,
Right.
no.
So I show her all the things, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna ask Dawn if are leggings essential when working out because
Yes.
I was wondering. Not like, but
You-
like the workout.
Yeah. You know what? And people know this about me. I never wear leggings, ever.
Yeah.
If you
I don't
did,
care what
you
the-
probably know which way to put them on.
Right, I know, right? That would be the thing.
It was
And-
adorable.
First of all, I don't need the extra in the
No,
back.
she doesn't.
I don't.
She does.
Um,
But she put it on her
I would look
vaginal
excessive.
area, and I was like, you don't need to highlight
Something's
your vaginal
wrong with
area.
that. Yeah, right? Or maybe she did. I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't need that. So I don't like leggings. I like shorts. I wear shorts 24/7, 7 days a week, always when I'm working out. Like you're never gonna catch me.
But you don't have to be a fashion model. You don't have to
No.
keep up with the Gymshark or the
Nope.
Lululemon, or you just
Nope.
because they're fashion, fitness, mental health. Although you can lump them all together, and if it makes you feel good,
Yes. I say however you want to show up at the gym that's going to make you feel the most confident
Yeah.
and do the work and
Discipline.
not be worried about somebody else, that's how you show up.
I
If
will
it isn't a cute two-piece set,
Yeah.
then do it.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
do
knocking
think
that.
You're right on maybe like in regards to Gymshark. So hey, I still want that endorsement.
give us all the
I think
kudos.
maybe putting that stuff on might motivate you a little bit more
It sure
too.
can, yes.
It does
Yeah.
motivate.
Yes.
It doesn't discipline.
It does not. It
Now,
does not get you there.
when you start looking better and you want to put on those things and you
Yep.
want to highlight your vagina with your leggings,
Then you do it.
then you do it to it, girlfriend.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
All right. In the meantime,
I think it was-
Dawn, how do I get a hold of you to accentuate my butt?
the back- the
yeah,
backside?
the
Sure.
backside
Yeah.
the booty
instead.
booty.
Yeah, well, I feel like everyone in this town probably has my phone number. and knows who I am, my name. I don't know. I feel like that's true.
But if I'm just,
People
I'm
want,
listening here.
But people want to know,
Yeah.
okay, I'm coming in, no judgment. I
Yes.
want to start, but I don't know how to start. Even
Okay.
if I want to have a one-on-one free
Yes.
consultation of where do I even go for, mental, physical, lump it all together. I want to feel better. I want to not fall off the rails during the holidays. Where do they go?
Like, where do they physically go to?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to reach out to me. You're going to reach out to, my phone number, 242-9546.
Okay.
That's always been that for always. Facebook, Dawn Fleer. Instagram, Dawn Fleer.
Okay.
And message me, and we will discuss setting up a free consult.
Yeah.
You're not committed to anything. You're just having a conversation with me. And you can decide, kind of like I talked about with my therapy. I said, how do you know you picked the right therapist? She said, well, we're going to come here. You're going to talk to me. You feel the vibe. You feel it. We're connecting, or we're not. Same thing.
Yeah.
I don't want you to choose me if I'm not your person, and vice versa. So that's how you do it. Reach out to me on social media, my phone number, and that's pretty simple.
I love that they got to know you a little bit, though, on here, if they are interested.
She's so
Yeah.
great. It's not that she,
Cares.
no, she doesn't.
cares.
But she cares, but she doesn't, hold herself back from enjoying life's little things. So she doesn't hold judgment on people who do, right?
Right.
Because there are people who go full bore and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, no carbs, no this, no that.
Yeah,
We're going to
and-
give you the best, bang for your buck. And hers is more like,
Yeah.
if I don't want to speak out of turn, but long term, we want to create
Yeah.
a relationship,
lifestyle.
a
Correct.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I think
Lifestyle
that's really
thing.
important.
Yeah, and if that's your choice for someone like that, then go for it.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you can't do it for life, don't do it for 2 months. It's
Yeah.
not worth it.
Right.
I need you to find food freedom, have balance, enjoy your life, and still have the health and body that you desire. And people have often said, because I go out and have fun, they like that I can do both. And that's my goal. I don't want to restrict. I don't want to not have fun. I don't want to give up my holiday pie.
Yeah.
I don't want to do those things. But I'm not going to eat every single holiday meal provided to me.
Yeah.
Like I've never had food before in my life, or I'm never getting it again.
Because this
Okay?
is America.
It's America,
Well,
and there's always food
And
available.
we don't want to have regret, and we want to make sure that not only our physical fitness is top notch, but also our mental. And if you've ever thought about starting that journey, there's no better time than now. Even if you're thinking, oh, it's the holidays, I'll start January 1.
Right.
One of my friends on social media said, why not start today?
Always.
Thank you, Curtis Settler.
Are you
always.
doing any specials for the new year or
Yeah.
any signups?
So,
like
yes.
maybe people can sign up now or
Yeah.
gift something to somebody.
Right, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. So I've done holiday challenges for a million years, and I chose not to do that this year. But starting December 12th, I'm doing a holiday survival guide. So the 12th to the 24th, 12 days of Christmas towards the end of it.
Sweet.
So it'll be a movement. So just reach out to me if you're interested in it. It'll be movement, very short, very sweet, very to the point, like quick, but movement in your day, and how to make best choices when it comes to your holiday food options and that kind of thing. So I'm definitely doing that. And then reach out to me because I'm doing a January Kickstart, with meal plans and workouts the first 6 weeks to get you off and running. So
Awesome.
that's the
Perfect.
goal.
Dawn Fleer,
Real
you're
quick,
killer.
Last time, when does that December 1 start? Because I need
December
to sign up.
12th to the 24th.
December
It's going to be
12th.
super quick.
12
You're like,
days of
oh, that's the
Christmas.
busiest time. But that's why it's so important.
We got this.
We can carve time. It's called
Absolutely.
prioritizing.
It is.
Dawn Fleer, you are amazing. Check out the training room. Get a hold of Dawn Fleer for any of your needs. She is the gal to go to. Trust me, if you haven't seen her booty, you're going to want to see it. She can help you too. All right. Thank you, dear. I
Thank
appreciate
you so much. I appreciate
All
it.
Thank
right.
you, Dawn.
Cheers.
Cheers to you and your booty.
Hey, yo.